In the following video, Kelsey shares a strange experience that took place just days after a heartbreaking loss, and she even shares what she thinks might be behind it. Now, just for context, Kelsey's grandfather was a huge believer in ghosts and spirits, and he always told her that if he ever made it to the other side, he'd find a way to prove he's still around. Sadly, he passed away on November 12th, 2023, and 2 days later, Kelsey woke up to this.
See? What the? What the? Nobody's down here.
For some reason, the lights downstairs were flashing, and at first she assumed one of her kids had gotten out of bed and was messing around. But here's where it gets strange. As she reaches halfway down the stairs, the lights suddenly turn off and stay off. But with nothing unusual in sight, she goes back to bed. A few moments later, it happens again, only this time she wakes her husband and they both go to check. And once again, right when they get halfway down the stairs, the lights turn off and stay off. Now, this is where things start to get pretty creepy. Ever since that night, it hasn't happened again, so now Kelsey is left wondering, is this just faulty wiring, a coincidence, a sign from her grandpa like he promised, or something else entirely? Some viewers believe it was a gentle message from her grandpa. Others aren't so sure, and some wonder if it wasn't her grandfather at all, but something else entirely. Like other videos, I'll let you come up with your own conclusions. Now, this next video comes from Kuma, a content creator who usually posts casual moments from his everyday life, time with friends, and life around the city. But viewers get completely thrown off when he shares something way creepier, an unsettling encounter inside his new home, which used to be a church before it was converted into a community space. Before we get into the footage, here's what you need to know. Kuma had barely been living in the house for 3 days when he started hearing unexplained screams and strange noises echoing through the building late at night. And according to him, the strange activity seemed to intensify right after he and his friends had a conversation about the paranormal events that happened at his old place. But it gets a whole lot stranger when his friends come over one evening and they actually catch something on camera. Have a look. This white balloon was gently drifting through the hallway like it had somewhere to be, but the moment they decide to follow it, and as they're talking about how bizarre it is, the balloon suddenly stops, then begins moving faster, this time chasing them instead. At this point, they panic and run.
Separate? No. Like, move away from it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was like, no. It is what in the say faster, motherfucker.
It continued to get quicker and more aggressive.
If it comes towards us, I'm grabbing shit, we're dipping.
But here's the strange part. Somehow, the balloon ends up exactly where they run to, and the way it moves, it's not random. It drifts with intent, slowing down, then speeding up, like it's choosing where to go next.
In here. Oh, hell no! Oh, shit! What in the... If it comes in towards... up.
The noise you hear is a small electrical box that has the littlest airflow that has ever existed.
Oh, it's being blown around.
Okay, wait, maybe it's done now. Dude, you snapped over that way. Why? Why? Dude, no, because like my phone's actually like glitching out too. Why the Hold on. Dude, we're gonna have to walk. Okay, that was that. Wait, that no, because that was that. Okay, we might have got it trapped. Is it cold?
Oh, there's barely even coming out of it.
Why is it going so fast then?
Move,
There was no air in that shit.
It eventually stops at the base of the stairs, almost like it's deciding what to do, maybe watching them split up and trying to figure out who to follow. But when one of the friends heads to the other side of the building to investigate further, he sees something else.
The second one snuck down the stairs and jolted upwards. We investigated, and there were no signs of force there anywhere at that time.
You can come back down here and join us. You probably just got pushed by some air.
I know it's probably frustrating to have been pushed around by all that air, but as you can see with the other balloon, it's not as windy over here in the middle by us.
It went almost the same route as the first balloon.
And guess what it's doing? Are you gonna come join us, or are you gonna go downstairs?
Apparently, there's two of them. After quietly monitoring it, the balloon drifts quietly into the gym and settles in a shadowy corner of the room where it stops moving completely. Now, looking back at the video, viewers point out that while it might seem funny at first, there's something really unsettling about the movement of these balloons, especially when you remember this building had years of untouched history. And who knows what may have taken place within those walls. Somehow, the whole thing feels like more than coincidence and remains a mystery. This next clip shows Luke having a quiet evening when he decides to check his CCTV footage just out of curiosity, but what he finds completely throws him off. Watch.
So I'm currently home alone watching my CCTV. Mind you, my masks are right up there. What the f is this? So like I said, I'm watching this bullshit as if that's not freaky enough. At midnight, home alone. What's really creeping me out is the fact that there is a mask on my fridge. Here, let me zoom. That's not my mask. My mask is behind me. So I don't know who put that mask here. Bro, what the f? Where'd the f***ing mask go?
While Luke is still trying to explain, it suddenly disappears, almost like something removed it entirely. But this incident gets a whole lot stranger because after sharing the clip online, viewers start pointing out something Luke hadn't noticed before, and the reaction forces him to make a pretty big confession, along with a brand new wave of concern. Here's what he shared.
I didn't expect this video to blow up, but since y'all are asking, we live up in this hoe. We live. The masks are up there. But I'm going to shoot you guys straight. I did put a mask on top of the fridge. But what I can't seem to understand, and what I'm actually kind of fucking freaked out about, is the fact that there was a silhouette. See, I hate to be the bearer of bad news because I did put this mask over there. I'll admit it, I did. But what's freaking me out is you guys pointing out the fact that there's a silhouette. I don't know what's casting a shadow here or what's going on here, but like, I did have to turn on the lights after this because you guys started pointing this out. I turned on the lights and put on the office because what the fuck? Is Michael Myers up in my house? What the fuck just happened? That's some bullshit. Alright, so there's the fridge that I put the mask on top of. It was sitting right up there. There's the piece of paper. but I have no idea what could have casted the shadow or made the silhouette. I'm still confused by this. It's freaking me out. I don't know.
Some viewers believe something inside the house has taken form, that whatever presence may be there has chosen a face and is starting to make itself known. And with the growing number of strange things he's experiencing, he's starting to wonder if whatever this is might not stop here. Luke also admits that there have been odd things happening around the house for a while now, things he thought were nothing until this video started getting traction. Luke is still confused by it all, and honestly a little unsettled because somehow what people saw in this clip is worse than what he originally posted. Paranormal or not, something doesn't feel right here. In this next clip, Alea shares some strange activity that's been happening in their home, particularly in their bedroom. According to her, things have been visibly moving on the bed in ways that don't make any sense. One night, she sees this when she decides to check her security camera footage, and when she turns around and something even more unsettling was happening. Take a look. You can clearly see the cover shifting, like something is crawling under it. But there's no wind, no air vent, and Alea explains that the background noise is just white noise from her TV, which she was recording at the time. She also points out that the bed is flat on the floor, making it even more confusing. And what makes this even more unsettling is the timing. Alea had recently lost 2 significant people in her life, both within just 5 months of each other. So naturally, the idea that this could be connected isn't easy to ignore. But this is where things start to get pretty creepy. One comment in particular caught Alea's attention, someone warning that the activity might escalate. And they weren't wrong because not long after, this happens.
That's never done that.
That cabinet had never acted up before until the bed activity started, and from there, it's been one strange event after another. Nothing in the house feels normal anymore. Now, Alea and her husband aren't exactly scared because they've lived in a house with what they believe was demonic energy before, but this time, they're just trying to figure out what exactly they're dealing with. So, did Alea capture something paranormal? Or is there another explanation for what's going on in their home? You decide. This next video comes from content creators who work off the coast of Maine and describe themselves as the lobster captains of the FV Frequent Flyer. While filming one of their usual drives, they pass an old, decaying house sitting alone in the woods, and what they capture on camera leaves them completely baffled. Watch.
So this house, the first time we passed it, Chase said the bottom part was not blinking. It was on, but it wasn't blinking. See how the different lights are at different intervals? The kitchen light being on. And then in the far room over there's a light that's going off and on. No one lives here. I think that this house may be haunted. Jason's gonna go inside and check it out.
Fuck you, I am.
Ladies and gentlemen, this house is vacant right now. And it's more than one electrical circuit, so it can't be one malfunctioning.
For some reason, the lights inside the house are flickering, but here's the weird part. The creators confirmed that the owners live out of state and did not have power on. So, what exactly is going on in this house? A year later, they returned to check on the same property, and what they captured this time is even more unsettling. Take a look.
Who would pay for electricity? Whoa, something just changed. Did you just see that? Something most definitely just changed.
What changed?
One of the lights paused for a second. There's no cars. It's 10 o'clock at night. This is 1 year later. Now, we did meet the girl that grew up here. This was her childhood home. She absolutely 100% said it was haunted.
She actually made
a video. What is her screen name? Jenna
something, I can't remember.
She 100% confirmed that this house is haunted. I just can't imagine anybody keeping the fucking power on for the lights to blink.
Now, aside from the creators confirming their story with someone named Jenna, things take a strange turn in the comments section. Jenna's sister, Alyssa, leaves a message confirming the house is, in her words, haunted. She writes, "Jenna is my sister, and I am also going to confirm that this house is haunted." Another very strange thing the creators revealed was that the house had been abandoned for years, but the family never put it up for sale and simply just let it rot. But the strangest part of all, and maybe the most unsettling, happened the next morning when the creators returned for one last look. Here's what they captured.
So it looks like one light downstairs is blinking, but the upstairs light isn't. This is a house during the daytime. Timer maybe? I don't know. But as you can see, it's definitely grown up. Okay, let's get the hell out of here. Screw this place. So one light is on, blinking, but the upstairs and the downstairs second light that was blinking is not on.
Viewers got into overdrive and started picking out even more details, pointing to shapes, shadows, and faces that the creators hadn't noticed at all. And while the creators haven't posted any updates since then, these videos still circulate and continue to raise questions. Was something hiding in plain sight all along? Or is there a more rational explanation behind the flickering lights and shadowy figures? This one remains a mystery. The following video was captured by a woman named Carrie Ann, a mother who has known since the earliest days that her daughter was different. It started when her daughter was just a few weeks old. Carrie would find her staring into corners, giggling, or waving at things no one else could see. Carrie assumed it was nothing but the usual baby behavior until her daughter started describing people who weren't there, people who had been dead for years. At first, it frightened her, but after a while, she began to accept it and became convinced her daughter wasn't just seeing things, she was seeing spirits. One afternoon, on what seemed like a perfectly normal day, Carrie and her daughter went to visit Carrie's father's grave, and this happened.
Are you talking to the little kids? You say hello. Yeah. So she totally just stopped at this kid's grave and started talking to it. Of course, I didn't record it. Be nice.
When Carrie uploaded the footage, the responses and comments were overwhelming, but the majority agreed on one thing. The little girl is a medium. And here's the thing about mediums, many believe they're born with a thin veil between this world and the next, able to sense what others can't. Some even say they're messengers, while others say they're guardians. Whatever the case may be, we can only hope this little girl gets the guidance and support she needs to develop her gift, because this kind of gift, as strange as it may be, doesn't come to just anyone. You ever walk into a place that's beautiful on the outside, but something just doesn't feel right? Like the air's a little too still, and your gut tells you to stay alert? That's exactly how Jason Miller felt the first time he stayed at his friend's house. From the outside, you'd never guess. It's the kind of property you'd see on a postcard, surrounded by woods, with a koi pond, a fire pit, and a guest cabin. But for some reason, at exactly 9:30 p.m. every night, strange things begin to happen that make you feel something else is there too, something uninvited. Every night at exactly 9:30 p.m., the energy in the house shifts. It starts with cold spots, even in the middle of summer. Then sometimes it's a strange smell, not mildew or anything you can explain, more like rotting flowers or burnt hair. Even the clocks in the house, no matter how many times they were replaced, would stop ticking at 9:33, and phone batteries drain out of nowhere. At first, they joked about it, but after one of their friends left the house one evening, right at 9:30 p.m., no one was laughing anymore. The rest of the group stayed behind, watching the security camera as she walked to her car, and what they saw still gives them chills. A dark, fast-moving figure passed, and a few seconds after they saw it, they saw wet footprints appear on the deck, but no one had come out of the water. After that night, the homeowner began thinking about selling, but Jason needed answers, so he contacted a local ghost hunter to investigate, and the findings were disturbing. Years ago, 4 men had been assassinated in that very house. No memorials, no headlines, just silence, and a history buried under renovation. That discovery changed everything, because now there's no more room for doubt. The nightly occurrences, the shifting energy, the figure on camera, none of it was coincidence. They are all paranormal activities, caused by not just one ghost, but 4. This next clip was recorded by a man named Elias, who had recently left the busy city behind and moved to a remote village tucked deep in the Austrian mountains. His nearest neighbor was a few kilometers away with no streetlights and no traffic, just a thick forest, endless silence, and something else. For the first few months, strange things happened. Lights flickering for no reason, distant knocks at night, and odd animal voices, but he brushed it off as just part of living in the wilderness. The price of peace, as he calls it, until one day he stepped into the bathroom, opened the window, and heard this.
Was zur Hölle? Das kommt vom Void, Alter.
It sounded like thousands of people screaming, like a stadium during a goal, but 10 times louder. And before anyone could argue it was just a local match or a concert, Lucas was clear. There were no soccer fields nearby, no events, no festivals, no reason for such a sound. It terrified him, especially because deep down, he'd always felt like he wasn't supposed to be there, and it didn't stop. It kept happening, night after night, sometimes for over an hour. Eventually, Elias decided he had to see for himself, so he took his camera and went into the woods.
So, today I heard the
I don't know, voices or the sounds too. Like the other day, it was for like an hour or something, and I'm walking now in the forest, and the weird thing. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, and the weird thing about forest, or about the noise. Like when I got in the forest. No, it's great. When I got in the forest, it stopped, and I think I heard something. Like when I before I recorded, there was just a weird sound. And that's because I recorded, or I started the recording. Sorry for my poor English. I'm not the best at speaking English. Ich spreche eigentlich Deutsch, lol. I think I heard something. Like it rained for like half of the day. Just because everything here sucks. What the? Okay, no. I think it's time to go. Nope. It's very nope. I know I'm not like in a horror movie or something. I don't go to this weird noise. When I hear it, I just go. I know it's time to go. Yes. When I don't post on Reddit anymore, you'll know that I died. Oh, what the f-
It sounded like people chanting or spirits crying out through the woods, and it didn't happen once, but 3 times. At this point, he was convinced he had to listen to his gut, so he packed up and left, and honestly, can you blame him? When you're alone in a remote mountain village, hearing what sounds like spirits screaming, or an occultic group, in a place with very few people, your mind starts to put pieces together, and none of the possibilities are comforting. The following clip was recorded by Matt, a young man whose family had gone on vacation, leaving him home alone for a few days. Now, Matt isn't new to paranormal activity. In fact, he's had a few brushes with strange activities, but nothing frequent, until his birthday week. At first, he didn't mind the silence, but as his birthday drew nearer, the house began to feel different. One afternoon, while he was relaxing in the living room, something strange and terrifying happened.
Bro. Move it again. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. In the name of Jesus, I banish you back to where you've come from. I banish you back to wherever the came from. This is not your house.
Being deeply religious, Matt did what he could, praying and commanding whatever it was to leave. But just when he thought the energy had passed, something else happened.
What was that, Tiberius?
Fundamental questions that we need to know as
Fucking
voters.
TV's too
Per
loud.
economic
Bro, I
right.
just heard
What is an opportunity
something
economy? What does that mean?
crazy,
Come to
bro.
facts.
I'm home alone. Home alone.
The economy was higher, inflation was lower.
Bro, I'm telling you.
Things were better overall, and now with Kamala's administration,
Bro, I'm telling you.
it's so fantastic. And she's saying she can fix the problems that her administration has caused, but I just don't know if I can afford to take that risk. partly why he was so defensive.
Bro, what was that?
And even when he brought up the topic of race, he brought that up because she's pandering.
Yeah. Look, these voters saw something that I think we perhaps didn't. Kamala Harris was like an Oprah Winfrey quote book. I mean, she was just spewing these pro-life. It didn't resonate. The lack of specificity.
Did you hear that? What the? What? What the was that? Nah, bro. Yo, what the was that?
If you listen closely, you'll hear it, a whisper, low and chilling, saying, "Here." Now, most people would have packed their bags and left, but Matt stayed, thinking he could handle it until the next sign came, and this time, it was harder to ignore.
I don't know what the fuck's going on with these dogs, bro. They're scared of some... Yo. I'm telling you, bro. That's the second time I heard those bells, bro. The second time. I'm home all the fuck alone, bro. Nobody is home. Nobody. No one is home. Nobody is home. And those bells. What's wrong, Petey? What's wrong? What do you see? You see something? You see something over here? I'm telling you, those bells, I heard them twice. What the f is going on? Petey! 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 Petey, what's going on? The TV turned on. TV turned on. Petey, let's go. Go, Petey. Go. Go out. Go out. Go out. Go. Go out. Go out. Go out. Go out. Go out. What the f is going on? What the f is going on? What the f is going? It turned off. It turned off. Lucy, Bentley, let's go. Bentley, get out. Let's go. Tiberius, let's go. Get the f out. Get the f out. Get the f out. Let's go. Tiberius. Lucy. Oh my God. Charlie, let's go. Come on. Come on, who's home? Come on, who's home? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Come on, T. Come on! Lucy!
His dogs were clearly panicking, and experts in the paranormal world often say that when a dog is afraid, especially without reason, it's often because they're sensing a presence or something dark. And those bells? They're one of the oldest signals of ghostly presence, either announcing arrival or trying to draw attention. Some even say spirits use bells to manipulate energy. One other thing is the timing. The timing of the balls falling on their own wasn't random, and together, all of these strange activities point to one thing: a demonic presence. Days later, things seemed to quiet down, and Matt thought the worst was over, but that's often when spirits become most deceptive, just quiet enough to make you drop your guard. Until this happened.
Bro, I'm playing COD, my whole PlayStation turns off, and this door opens up by itself, and it was closed because what the f was that? What? And the light's going again. And the light's going again. And right there is the light switches to that light. And guess what else I'm about to tell you? Nobody's home. Oh my God. What? And the dogs want no fucking part of it. And why is that door open? Bro? It's coming in threes. It's coming in threes. If you don't believe me, nobody's home. There is the notes that my mom left me when they go on vacation. Honestly, I'm scared as hell right now. Lucy is scared as right now too, actually. Oh my god, bro. I really don't want to look behind this fucking door. Oh my god, bro. What the bro? Bro. What the is going on here, bro? I gotta get out of here, bro. I gotta get the dogs. I'm out of here. Let's go. Get up now. Get up, Petey. We're going. Bentley, come on. This way. Let's go. I'm done making this fucking video. I don't care about this shit anymore. I gotta get these dogs out of this fucking house. Get out. Bentley, come on. Bro, it's Friday the 13th, too. I just realized I got all the dogs out here. And there's my... Oh my god. Did you guys just see that? Bro! Nah. This ain't a game anymore, bro. This shit is up. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Did you guys just see that light going off in my house?
Doors opening on their own, even though they were locked, lights flickering, always at the same time of night, and most disturbing of all, the activity didn't stop even after Matt left the house. That night, he finally contacted the family priest, and honestly, after everything he's been through, we hope the prayers and blessings are strong enough to banish the demon. This footage comes from a woman named Eliza, and what you're about to see is the final proof she needed to believe what she'd been trying to ignore. Eliza and her brother worked the night shift at a small town movie theater, the kind of town where everyone's heard the rumors, but no one really talks about them. The theater was supposed to be just a job, quiet, simple, routine, but from the very first night, she knew something was wrong. One night, while cleaning out one of the auditoriums, she heard something no one ever expects in an empty theater, a baby crying. At first, she tried to rationalize it, maybe a family was leaving late, but the theater had already been closed for hours, so she checked the entire building. Every auditorium, every hallway, and the only other person there was her brother. When she told him, he didn't believe her and insisted she was hearing things due to stress, but she couldn't shake the feeling. And a few weeks later, her brother was next to getting the scare of his life. During his night shift, he was alone in the bathroom, mopping up, when suddenly, a thick black cloud formed right in front of him. This was not smoke, it wasn't steam, it had shape, mass, and a very strange movement. This was their breaking point, and a few weeks later, they both left the job, deciding it wasn't worth the unease they felt every shift. But then, months later, a coworker sent them something, a clip. According to Eliza, this was the same dark figure standing in the projection area, and although people who weren't there might try to explain it away by saying it's a bird, a bat, or a shadow, Eliza knew better because she'd seen that shape before and felt its presence. Also, with every other encounter stacked against it, there's no other explanation I can get behind, other than the obvious one. That place was haunted. The following video is about a lady called Melissa who has been hearing voices for months now, voices so soft it's easy to miss. like someone murmuring just behind her shoulder. But every time she turns, no one's there, and she even went to the extent of asking people nearby if they said anything to her, but the answer was always no. She eventually ignored it, brushing it off as stress or imagination, but that all changed after what happened the evening she returned from visiting a distant relative. She got home, stepped out of her car, and heard something.
Hello. Oh, yes, of course, you said that. Huh. Paul? Oh, God. Paul?
Before you assume it was the doorbell, keep in mind she doesn't have one. Also, she came home alone, and the only other living thing in that house was her golden fish. The sound came out of nowhere, and after this latest incident, she finally allowed herself to believe what she had been trying so hard to ignore. Something was following her. She uploaded the footage online, and not long after, reached out to a local ghost hunter who immediately scheduled her for a full spiritual consultation. Melissa is now sleeping with salt by the door and mirrors covered, a classic protection method advised by her spiritual experts till they find a more permanent solution. If you've ever lost someone close, you'll know this feeling. That quiet sense they're still nearby, watching, maybe even trying to reach out. It's something a lot of us carry. And for Mrs. Collins, that feeling turned into something much more real. She lost her husband just a few months ago, and while grief is always hard, it is what started happening around the house that made things even harder to process. And the moment it began happening around her daughter, she knew she had to do something, so she started recording these moments. Here's what she caught.
Robert. You said, come on. Well, come on, Dad. I ain't scared. Show me where he at. What's up there? Girl. What you, what? What? Girl. She just be doing it. I don't. What's up there, baby? So Daddy followed us to grandma's house. I just turned the camera on, and then, cause I see her when she start pointing, she'll point up to the sky. Mama, where? There's nobody over there, Reagan. Yeah, Dad.
After posting it online, people flooded the comments, but one particular viewer warned her to be careful, that sometimes evil spirits disguise themselves as loved ones. The idea got her attention, so she responded,
So this comment right here caught my eye. You don't mean to be insensitive. That's cool. I'm not taking everything to heart. Just don't lie like the person you commented under. He lied. I don't like that. I can have like a conversation about stuff. But you said that when someone passed, they can't speak with the living. I really don't think he's trying to talk to her. I think he's just showing up. And as weird as it sounds, I do believe she sees something. She's one. I don't feel like she's making up anything. She doesn't know how to make up stuff. I don't know how to tell the people who don't believe, but I truly believe that that's my husband. For people that's calling him a demon, so the demon looks just like my husband is what y'all saying. He don't look scary at all to her. So he just disguises himself as exactly as my husband looks. Because my baby knows her daddy. Also, are there no angelic spirits? It seems like people keep talking about evil spirits. Are there no sweet spirits? Are there no angelic spirits? And also, were these evil spirits not once living? I need somebody to answer that question especially. I need that question answered because I'm not well versed on a lot of things, so I'm going to ask questions so I can get more understanding. And I just know I have opened up the comment section to thousands of comments, millions of views, possibly. So I don't mind listening to people with different opinions, different beliefs. It just has to make sense, and it just can't be somebody telling me somebody taught my daughter that. Nobody taught my daughter that.
Mrs. Collins didn't agree with the idea that it was anything dark. To her, what was happening felt comforting, not threatening. But even then, many viewers remained skeptical. Some viewers supported her, while others insisted the energy might not be as friendly as she thinks. Still, she continued to share clips of her daughter talking to her father.
Dada. Mama, Dada. Where? There's nobody over there right here. What I'm looking at? No.
This new clip got a different reaction, and even some viewers pointed out that the car alarm that randomly went off in the background was a spiritual sign. According to them, angels are known to trigger alarms and flicker lights, but demons can do that too, right? And then there were those who didn't believe it was paranormal at all and suggested the child had simply been told what to say or was just repeating words she had heard and not interacting with anything unseen. Watch what she had to say about this.
So this comment doesn't really sit well with me, and a couple others as well, but this comment says she doesn't see anyone at all. When he passed, someone has been pointing at the sky saying her dad's in heaven. She was taught this. Kids see, hear, and repeat. My baby's 1. So no, nobody has told her your daddy's dead, he's in heaven. Look, your daddy's there. We wouldn't do that. She's 1. It's not like she knows he's dead. It's not like she's asking, where's my daddy? She's 1. Nobody's teaching her anything like that. And for her to be 1, she is smart. She is going to see things, hear things, repeat things. But what you talking about, that's just not the case here. Just say you don't believe that she's seeing him. But don't make up stuff. It's not necessary to make up stuff. Because as far as I know, my baby doesn't know that her dad is dead.
She later told her viewers why she remains confident that her daughter sees her father and not a demon. One night, while folding laundry, she saw her daughter standing in the doorway speaking softly again, so she asked who she was talking to, and her daughter simply said, "Daddy says you shouldn't be sad." Mrs. Collins bursted into tears and later saw something like a shadow slowly rising from the corner of the room and disappearing behind her daughter. Sadly, the moment caught her off guard and she couldn't record it, but she's certain her husband is constantly watching over her and their daughter. Personally, I think the child sees something, we just don't know what, but in the end, that's not for me to decide. So what do you think? Is this a visit from a loved one or a demon pretending to be her father? This next clip was recorded by a woman named Melinda, who had recently moved out of her former home, a place she believed was haunted, to start afresh in a new place. But the moment she settled into her new space with her children, strange things began to happen, and this time they were even harder to ignore. What you're about to see was the final confirmation that whatever haunted her before had followed her.
Come over here.
Shit.
Oh, what happened?
Dude, run. There's a guy inside.
Run.
Hey, where's your sister?
She's in her room sleeping.
She's inside?
Yeah.
Dude, look. There's a shadow right there.
What the heck?
Told you there's somebody. Amber, everybody come here.
No.
What's that?
The door just closed over there.
Amber. Baby, come here. Are you in here?
Oh,
Dude. I pulled the door back.
oh my god.
What is that?
Someone's
at the front door. What do I do?
Let's go to the front door, Miles.
Dude, nobody's there. No one's at the front door.
Who rang the doorbell then?
It's knocking, but there's nobody there. Dude.
Now it's the doorbell again?
What is going on here?
Shadows moving across the hallway like someone was walking through the house, doors slamming on their own, something pulling back just as she reached to open it, lights suddenly going out, doorbell ringing and knocking sounds, all with no one in sight. Now, if it had just been one weird incident, you might be able to brush it off and call it a coincidence, but the timing and the sheer number of strange occurrences all point to one thing. There's a ghost in that house. Just days before this video was taken, her daughter woke up with scratches on her arm, 3 long marks, spaced evenly. Paranormal investigators often note that scratches in threes can symbolize mockery of the Holy Trinity. That same night, Melinda's hallway light was turning on and off repeatedly, then the smoke detector beeped once before falling completely silent, and nothing in the house was on fire. After this last strange activity that she recorded, Melinda was sure she was dealing with something demonic, so she contacted a local ghost hunter and they now have a date locked in for a full cleansing. It won't erase what happened, but maybe, just maybe, it'll finally bring her peace, and hopefully this time the spirit stays gone. The following clip was captured by a woman named Clarissa who was returning home one evening with her children after dinner. As she pulled into the driveway and parked the car, something immediately caught her eye. The bedroom light was on. No one was supposed to be home, and she was certain she didn't leave the light on. She asked her kids to stay in the car while she went inside to check, but just as she stepped out, this happened.
So, me and my kid just got back from eating dinner, and my bedroom light is on, which is strange because I don't remember leaving it on.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure I didn't leave it on. Come on. Listen, I'm gonna walk inside real fast. I want you to wait out here for me. Yeah, I want you. Oh my god. Somebody broke into our. Yeah. I don't know.
Let's go.
Oh. Jaden, yeah, it is. Go next door. Go next door and get your icy, okay? If you hear me scream, y'all hear me scream, call 911. Okay?
For most of us, the light suddenly going off with the image we saw reflecting on the glass would have been enough to turn the car back on and run, but she told her children to go next door and call 911 while she walked into the house. The house was completely torn apart with no one inside. If that's not proof of a ghost, I can't wrap my head around any other reason. What she didn't post online was what she found upstairs. The closet door was wide open, and one of her shoes was placed perfectly in the center of the bed, with the rest of the room untouched. That detail alone gave her chills, and she hasn't entered that room since. She showed the footage to her friends and family, and they believed her, clearly because Clarissa had never been one to exaggerate. Her family members, who were concerned about her safety, contacted a local ghost hunter, and they are in the process of getting rid of the spirit. When you've lived with unexplained things long enough, there comes a point where fear turns into frustration. And for Michael and his teenage son, that point came one evening after months of strange activity in their home. There had been odd noises, cold spots, flickering lights, but it was the basement that always felt different, like something was waiting down there. One evening, they made a decision to go down there themselves and face whatever was hiding in the dark. Michael slipped a pouch of blessed salt and a small crucifix into his pocket, items commonly used for spiritual protection, and together, they locked the basement door behind them.
Dude, stop, stay by me. It was glass. Don't move. Where'd you fall? I know. God, you smell it. Did you fart? No. It's so cold down here, too. It's winter time. Connor, stop. What the fuck? Alright. We're gonna make a run for it. I think Traps says you were dying first. It's gonna just go. Shit. Hold on. Oh, shit, good. Oh, God. What? No. We gotta get the here. We gotta get out of here. What are we gonna do? No, stop. Here. You locked us in. I gotta go. You locked us in. No. We make a break. There's nothing there. Stay by me. Stay right behind me. This is a bad idea. Just chill out. Oh shit, it's still there. Why is it so... What the fuck are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? I don't know. You got your phone? No, I don't.
The noise down there was strange and deep, like growls, but what really stood out was the smell. At first it seemed like something rotten, almost like a bad fart, but then it shifted, becoming thick, sharp, and sulfuric. If there's one thing we know, it's that paranormal investigators often say that the smell of sulfur is a sign of demonic presence, easily mistaken at first, but unmistakable once it hits. But maybe, just maybe, the strange noise and smell could be dismissed. What they saw standing still in the corner of the room is proof that whatever happened in that basement wasn't imaginary. It wasn't even residual energy. It was real and it was demonic. The following video was captured by Liv one quiet Saturday evening while she was home alone with her cat. For weeks now, at exactly 7:33 p.m., she would hear scratching sounds. Not the usual kind you dismiss as pipes or rodents, but deep, deliberate scraping, as if something was trying to claw its way through the walls. On some nights, the doorknobs would rattle, lights would flicker in quick bursts, and the cat would stare into corners as if it's following something invisible. One evening, Liv finally set up her phone to record, and this is what she caught. If you turn your volume up and listen carefully, you'll hear the chilling sound of scratches coming from inside the walls. Then, suddenly, objects begin to fall from shelves like a force was shaking the place from the inside out. Now, here's where it gets weird. People are asking why the cat wasn't reacting, and honestly, it's a fair question. But sometimes, animals, especially cats, can grow desensitized to long-term spiritual presences, especially if they've been exposed repeatedly. Some experts even believe the spirit may have attached itself to the cat, which could explain its eerie calmness. Liv isn't taking any more chances, so she's made an appointment to have the house cleansed, and because the activity keeps escalating, she has also contacted a private investigator to dig into the house's history. The following clips were recorded by Linda, who has been experiencing strange and unexplained activity in her home. And the strange part? It only ever happens when she's completely alone. For weeks, she brushed it off as her imagination, until the sounds became impossible to ignore, and it kept happening week after week. She decided to set up a camera, and this is what she captured. You can hear heavy footsteps running up and down the stairs like someone's pacing in a hurry, but she is completely alone, and this strange sound usually lasts for about 20 minutes, and then everything goes still. This disturbing activity continued for weeks, growing worse with time, and at one point, it was not just one staircase, it was every staircase in the house, like the entity had grown bolder or multiplied.
You guys, I'm hearing it again, but from downstairs this time.
Some skeptics tried to discredit her claim, saying the stairs weren't fully shown in the clips. So, the next time it happened, Linda made sure to record the entire stairs.
I keep hearing somebody walk up and down my stairs, but there is obviously nobody there. There's nothing there. And it keeps coming up and down, up and down.
Now here's what makes this truly terrifying. Hearing running footsteps with no visible source is often linked to residual hauntings. It's a replay of something traumatic, usually tied to moments of panic, flight, or even death. It's like the spirit is stuck, reliving its final moments again and again. And now, Linda has admitted that she no longer feels safe staying in the house alone, so she's sent her footage to a ghost hunter, and an investigation is already underway. We wish her luck. This next clip is about Luke, who recently lost his soul dog, his best friend, over a month ago, and according to him, not a single day passes without thinking of that dog. But last week, his home security cameras caught something strange. Luke says this isn't the first time he's felt his dog trying to reach out, and viewers quickly picked up on something strange when they looked closely at the little dog sitting on the couch. The way its ears suddenly perked up, like it heard something too. And this wasn't an isolated event. Luke has heard the jingle of his late dog's collar in the hallway, despite it being tucked away in a drawer. And once, he swears he heard the distinct tapping of claws across the tiles, the exact sound his dog used to make when it walked into the room. With all that's been happening, Luke can't bring himself to believe it's just coincidence. He's convinced his best friend's spirit is still watching over him, letting him know he's not really gone. And honestly, maybe he's right. A guy named Marcus has been dealing with something far worse than nightmares. For months now, he's been jolted out of sleep by violent, unexplainable events happening right inside his room. We're talking drawers yanked open with force, chairs flung to the side, loud bangs against the wall, and sometimes his blankets being pulled off in the middle of the night. On more than one occasion, objects have flown off shelves and deep scratches have appeared on his bedroom wall. Scratches he didn't make. So one night, determined to prove he wasn't losing his mind, Marcus set up a camera while he slept, and this is what he caught.
In the name of Jesus Christ, I ask you to leave this house this instant. In the name of Jesus Christ, I ask you to leave this house.
He lives completely alone, and his bedroom is always locked from the inside before he sleeps, so there's no possible way anyone else could have been in that room. And with the force and aggression of the entity causing these activities, there's no other reason than the presence of a demon. Marcus sent the footage to his family priest, and thankfully, they've scheduled a day for serious prayers and cleansing. We wish him luck in banishing this tormenting spirit. A young mother named Grace has always believed her late husband still watches over their daughter, Emma, who was just a month old when he passed. From lights flickering on during their bedtime routines, to Emma giggling and reaching out toward empty spaces as if someone were there, Grace has experienced enough to believe he visits. One night, she finally caught this on camera.
Go show Mama.
Where's your mommy?
You can see little Emma sobbing uncontrollably, stretching her arms, pointing toward her dad's photo. And whenever she does this, she doesn't calm down until she's holding it in her hands. This video touched so many hearts, and the comments were flooded with people sharing their own emotional experiences and moments they also felt the presence of someone they lost. Have you ever felt something like that? A visit? Or a sign? Because sometimes all it takes is one moment like this to believe they're still out there. Dan and his wife had just moved into a new apartment, and they were excited to start their family and build memories in their new home. But from day one, the apartment had other plans. It's either the light, the tap turning on in the middle of the night, things falling off shelves that no one touched, gentle footsteps when no one was walking, and sometimes soft humming coming from the hallway. Most visitors brushed it off as poor construction or plumbing issues, but Dan and his wife could feel it wasn't structural, but spiritual. After a few months, they reached out to a medium, and that's when they discovered the truth. According to the medium, the spirit in the apartment was that of a young child who once lived there, the son of the original owners, and he meant no harm. With that knowledge, the couple chose to stay, and they even did a few protective rituals around the house, just in case the spirit decides to be violent. Now, years later, even with kids of their own, the family still lives in the home, and they've grown quite fond of their ghostly roommate. Take a look at what this family has to keep up with living with a ghost.
Get a tissue!
Don't yell like that.
I was putting myself on a nose, but I
Look at
wasn't
me.
picking it.
First of all, don't raise your voice like that. Inappropriate. And see, now the ghost is very upset. Don't do that.
That and there's no ghost in here.
Well, I don't know.
Dan and his wife are still trying to convince their kids that there is a ghost living with them, but the children aren't buying it. They think it's all one big joke, and the parents don't mind, as long as the kids can still laugh it off. And don't start waking up from nightmares, they're willing to let them believe whatever makes them feel safe. I agree, not many people can handle living with a ghost, but Dan and his family, they don't seem to mind, so we wish them luck and hope they know exactly what they're doing. The following clips were recorded by Kyle Anthony after weeks of claiming his house was haunted, claims none of his close friends or family members took seriously. According to them, it was just stress, or maybe the pipes, but Kyle and his fiancée had been experiencing some truly disturbing things, like utensils clattering in locked drawers, the smell of burning hair with no fire in sight, and strange whispers they could only hear when the lights went out. One night, when Kyle was getting ready for bed, the activity got worse. He was just about to turn off the lights when he heard a violent bang from the attic. It wasn't the kind of creak you'd expect from an old house, but a forceful, frantic pounding, like someone or something was trying to break through the attic door. This time, Kyle made sure he went with his phone, and this is what he captured.
Alright, for any of y'all who don't believe that this is real, then I'm just making it up. I'm about to prove it to you. There's nothing up here. There's nothing up here. Told you.
The force of whatever entity causing this was more than just aggressive, it was invasive. And such violent contacts are often a warning sign the spirit isn't just there, it's asserting its right or declaring ownership. When Kyle got inside the attic, every step he took inside the attic felt like something was waiting. And when he posted the clip online, viewers noticed something he didn't. A glowing orb moving across the screen just before the clip ended. That orb was the confirmation many needed to believe the attic wasn't empty. There was a spirit roaming. But it wasn't just the attic. Every night since then, a strange banging sound would echo from outside, always around the same time, and always from the same direction. One morning, the sound woke them up again, so Kyle stepped outside with his phone, and this is what he saw.
Alright, we woke up to the banging sound outside of our bedroom again. It sounded like it was coming from outside, yet again. But I think I know where it's coming from, so I'm going to show you. Right there. I think it's coming from there. Something is banging on that. It's happened, it happened last night, it happened 2 nights ago. That's our bedroom window right there. I hope there's nothing trapped in there, a raccoon, I don't know. But it's been freaking us out, waking us up. So we're gonna take a look. Goodness gracious. I can't see very far down there. Let me see if my light helps. I can't see all the way to the end, but I don't see anything. And that goes around a corner. I don't know if I can even fit between the blocks and that pipe, but I guess we're gonna have to take a look in there. Fuck.
The crawl space was completely empty with no raccoons and no rats, but Kyle knew what this meant. If there was no animal and it wasn't faulty construction, something else was definitely inside his house. Kyle tried to live with it, hoping it would stop, but the activity only escalated. One night, multiple events happened at once. Unexplainable footsteps, appliances switching on, and a door slamming shut when no one was near.
I did not notice that this door opened by itself. I did not notice. I was just trying to get the heck out of here. And to those of y'all that are asking, did I leave my fiance in the house by herself? No, I did not. She was waiting for me on the porch. I told her that when I got in the car, I was gonna film a TikTok really quick. So she went out and waited on the front porch while I backed the car out of the garage. I would not leave her here by herself on a night when this place is lit up like a rave with lights flickering and doors rattling and all that crap. Of course I wouldn't do that. But, I mean, I guess it's understandable that y'all were asking about it. But no. And I have not been in there. I haven't been in this little utility room yet. It's just the water heater and a bunch of junk. There's not going to be anything in there, but let's have a look. Let's have a look real quick. How about it? Into the darkness we stick our freaking hand. Yeah, nothing there. Junk. Bunch of junk. Greatest TikTok of all time, right?
The energy in this room was noticeably stronger, and it could be that whatever's haunting the house is connected to an event that happened here in the past. Or Kyle may have unknowingly brought something cursed into the house, like a thrifted object, or a secondhand piece of furniture. And we know how these things carry dark energy. Things took a disturbing turn days later, and this time, it wasn't just the banging anymore.
Alright, I am home alone, and I am hearing a little kid laughing in the basement. And I do not have children. This is freaking me out. Yeah, you hear it too? Go. Move. I'll try to go down there. Oh God, let's see if we hear it. Goodness gracious. Shit. Do you hear that? Oh my God, that's freaky. I don't have children. And I'm home alone. My fiance just went with her sister To the mall. Don't hear it anymore now. Goodness gracious.
If you listen closely, you'll hear the creepy sound of children laughing, and even the cats are visibly agitated. Sometimes, hearing children laughing, especially when there are no children around, can be a dark spirit pretending to be something innocent to lure you in before revealing their true form. Kyle has not been able to have one single peaceful night without something strange happening, and it was getting impossible to dismiss it as a coincidence. One night, Kyle tried to get some sleep, praying nothing would happen, but something woke him up. Other than what you just saw in the clip, if you look closely, you'll see a faint pulsing light in the glass jar sitting on top of the TV stand, almost like something alive trapped inside, or a contained energy trying to manifest. Experts say when spirits grow bold enough to interfere with light, especially enclosed light, they've grown stronger. And this was really the case because after this night, it became worse.
This is freaking crazy. Check this out. The knocking is happening in the attic. Listen to that. Gosh dang it. The light just keeps... why is this my life? Yo, this is driving me nuts. It's just constant. I don't know what to do. I just do not know what to do. Goodness.
When an expert reviewed this footage, they pointed out something bizarre. The knocks followed a pattern. 9 knocks, then 14. That's I and N in the alphabet for in. Was it trying to say it was inside, or was it inviting Kyle in? Some believe it was trying to possess a space, or even a person. Others pointed out the eerie synchronicity between the knocking and Kyle's emotions, as if the spirit was feeding off his fear. At this point, Kyle was torn between 2 horrifying possibilities. Either something was trying to torment him, or it was desperately trying to say something. But how do you tell the difference? He has tried everything. Salt across the doorways, iron nails near the windows, even burning sage, and it helped for a week until this happened.
I'll watch this and tell me if you see what I see. Well, I thought we had a quiet night, Shelley. Thought we had a quiet night. It was a quiet night. Everything just stopped. Here, play with that.
If you look closely toward the bottom left corner, you'll see a shadowy figure moving, and if you keep watching, you'll see something even worse. The small box was moving. After Kyle posted this clip, viewers were seriously worried, not just about the spirit, but about Kyle's safety. Many warned him that keeping objects like that doll could lead to possession, or even spiritual attachment that follows him outside the house, and they're not wrong. Others are convinced the doll is the source of all the activities, and that the spirit might stop playing games and become hostile. And judging by how things have been escalating, they might be right, because this kind of activity doesn't fade, it grows. Kyle has reached out to a ghost hunter, and the full footage has been sent in for professional review. Hopefully, they'll be able to pinpoint exactly what's been causing the surge in activity and how to get rid of it. But from everything we've seen, I don't have any doubt. There's a ghost in that house. This next clip was recorded by Sammy, who had been sensing something strange in her home for weeks now. At first, it was small things like the lights flickering at midnight, the sound of someone pacing in the hallway when she was home alone, and an icy breeze that always seemed to pass through the living room without warning. But what really convinced her that something wasn't right was her dog. Sammy's dog had always been calm, but lately it had started growling at empty corners, barking aggressively toward the hallway, refusing to enter certain rooms entirely, and even barking furiously at the empty chair that sat facing her bed. Sammy brushed it off at first, until one evening her dog refused to enter her room, and when her dog finally did, this was what happened. People say if you have a chair facing your bed, the dead come to sit and watch while you sleep. And if you leave a mirror facing your bed, you open a portal between this world and theirs. But Sammy isn't too bothered by these warnings. In fact, she welcomes the idea because she's been connecting with spirits since she was 4. But she agrees something was different about this night, so in her next clip, she revealed something deeply personal. Sammy believes it could be her twin brother who her mother lost during pregnancy, and the timing made it more convincing. That night was their birthday, so it felt too timed to be a coincidence. Still, to be sure, she sent the clips to a trusted medium and is currently awaiting a full reading. But the fact that the dog is growling like this is enough reason to consider other possibilities. Because dogs often detect dark spirits faster than humans, and growling, especially at a fixed spot, is a classic sign of a dark presence. We can't say for sure what it is yet, but I think we can all agree on one thing. There's certainly a spirit in that house. The following video was captured by a woman named Sanaya, whose daughter had been having full conversations with someone no one else could see. Her little girl would sit perfectly still on the edge of her bed with her eyes locked on the closet and calmly whispering like someone was giving her instructions. Some days she would laugh softly. Other days, she'd frown like she was being scolded. And then, one Saturday afternoon, after waking up from her nap, her daughter stepped out of the bedroom and said, "There's a person in my closet, and he won't stop smiling at me." Sanaya picked up her phone and followed her into the room, and that's when she captured this.
My daughter has informed me that there is a person in her closet that keeps smiling at her. Let's go see.
That's a person.
There's a person?
Yeah.
Can you show me where the person is? Is it Elsa?
No. No.
No?
I'm sure.
You're scared?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you show me where the person is? Is it a kid person or a grown-up person?
Grown-up person.
It's a grown-up person?
I'm on your Elmo.
You want to wear your Elmo costume?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a grown-up person in your closet?
Yeah.
And it's right there?
Yeah. It's my closet.
It's your closet. Say, go away, person.
I'm scared.
You're scared?
Yeah. I'm a person.
Okay, well, we'll get rid of the person.
This time, her daughter wasn't giggling or smiling. She was terrified. And when a child who's been calmly engaging with a spirit suddenly grows fearful, it usually means one thing. The entity is showing its true nature. According to the spiritualist she contacted, this could be the spirit of someone who passed away in or near the home. But if it's mimicking, changing moods, or drawing a child closer before turning dangerous, it's likely a demon pretending to be harmless, just to gain access. A date has been set to cleanse the entire house, and we wish her luck in getting rid of the spirit. This next clip was recorded by a man named Jay, who had always lived a quiet and uneventful life, until one unexpected visit changed everything. A few months ago, someone came to his home. Jay didn't think much of it at the time, as it was only a brief, strange conversation at the door with a man he didn't recognize. But ever since that encounter, he has been waking up with long scratches across his back that are too deep to come from bed sheets, and too clean to be accidental. And once, when he opened his freezer, all the food was melted, except for a single raw steak, still perfectly frozen and placed right in the center. One evening, while returning from the gym, he finally caught something on camera.
Guys, I can hear like some weird sounds in my house. Oh my god, 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 oh my god. So scary. I can't, oh my god. The hell? It's like nothing in here. This is an empty room. Guys, this is so scary.
You can tell it's angry and aggressive, and when a spirit becomes hostile, it's usually for one of two reasons. Either it's been disturbed, or it was never human to begin with. I don't know exactly what that strange visitor brought into his life, but whatever it is, it's dangerous. Jay contacted a local spiritual advisor, but as we've seen before, getting rid of powerful entities like this is never easy. We hope Jay finds the help he needs. When moving into a new house, most people check the plumbing, the walls, maybe the appliances, but not everyone asks why the last owner really left. And sometimes that missing detail could be the difference between peace and nightmare. The very first day Mateo and his family moved in, not a single night has gone by without something disturbing happening. Objects moving on their own, and a rotten stench that creeps in at exactly 1:30 a.m. every night, and stays for about 20 minutes, then disappears just as fast as it came. One night, it happened again. Same time, same smell, but with strange noises coming from the kitchen, so they all got up to investigate.
No manches. La casa está embrujada. Vete para allá conmigo. ¡Ey! No, no hagan eso. No, pero se estaban abriendo ahorita bien feos, ahorita está bien leve. No manches, no se las digas. ¿Quieres que no? Ay, no, tío. Se están abriendo solos. No manches. Ay, no. Ay, no, me da miedo.
Ya cerré los dos.
¿Qué haces, qué? Córrele, que aquí espantan. Échale las cosas. Es todo por irte el Día de Muertos a celebrar. Trajiste algo, tío.
No, porque ¿qué dijiste?
Por ir a tus... ¿Cómo se llama? ¿Cómo? ¿A dónde fue? Mira, mira otra vez. No manches, ya, que no le caes. ¿Qué se espantan, abuelita?
¿Qué?
No lo voy a
¿No te asusta?
¿Se selló? No manches, no, hay que traer un padrecito. O algo. Abuelita, ya me dio miedo, en serio, ya no estoy cotorreando.
Mira.
Mi risa es de nervio.
Me puse la bien chida.
No digas, no vámonos ya, no abuelita. Yo me voy con mi tío Diego, ahorita vengo.
Even the dog couldn't stay, and that's never a good sign. You see, when a dog runs, it means something stronger is present, and the dog's instinct tells it to run. They'd sprayed pesticides, thinking maybe it was rats, but they've never found a single dead rodent. And with everything else happening, the lights flickering, the sound of footsteps upstairs when no one was home, they realized this wasn't an infestation. They were living with a ghost. Now they had to do what they should have done before moving in. They asked around and found out the original owner of the house died inside it, and every family that moved in after never stayed up to 4 months. But you see, Mateo's family didn't want to run. Instead, they did something not many would do. They contacted a medium, hoping maybe they could find out what the spirit wants and if there's a way to coexist. Of course, a lot of you think that's a dangerous move because it might be a trap. Let's hope this family knows exactly what they're doing. This next clip was recorded by a successful businesswoman named Tasha, who had her life all figured out. Steady job, beautiful home, and a routine that never skipped a beat, until her house started falling apart in a way no contractor could fix. Sometimes it's the mug she kept in the sink she'll suddenly find on the floor the next day, or books falling from the shelves one by one as if someone were browsing. But then it got worse. Things were no longer just falling, they started moving on their own. Take a look at something she caught on camera.
See, and you think I'm crazy. The first time I'm here by myself, there's a picture on the floor, and it just...
What you just watched wasn't a gust of wind or faulty hinges, and especially because the door slammed shut with timing too precise to be random, and based on how targeted the activity has been waiting for her to come home, reacting when she's alone. This is definitely a spirit trying to get her attention. Tasha didn't wait to find out what it wanted, so she contacted her priest, and they've already picked a date for a full blessing and house cleansing. We wish her luck. Layla and her fiancé have heard a lot of stories about haunted homes, but they never imagined they'd become part of the story themselves. One morning while they were relaxing near the kitchen, this happened.
Ghost, chill out, bruh. Knock something off the table.
Shut up!
Is that the only way you could talk to me? Turn on a light or something.
Yeah, are you a good ghost? Okay,
Yeah,
he's a good ghost.
He's a good ghost, so it's cool.
So he's a spirit? One, I guess, two for
Do you believe in friendly ghosts? Some people say not all spirits are angry, and some stick around to watch over the living, especially loved ones. But a large number of people believe these friendly behaviors are just deceptive moves some spirits use to wait until your guard is down, and then reveal their true nature. Right now, Layla and her fiance are comfortable with the idea of sharing their space with the ghost, and honestly, who are we to judge? The following clips were recorded by a man named Manuel, who had gone over to his sister's place to help babysit his niece and nephew. Now, before this, his sister had already been complaining that no babysitter she hired stayed more than a week or two, and most of them never gave a solid reason why they were leaving. So Manuel, thinking it was probably just a matter of difficult kids or bad attitudes, decided to help out for a few nights while she searched for someone new. That Tuesday evening, around 7 p.m., he was getting his niece ready for bed when she suddenly stopped, stared at the corner of the room, and pointed over and over again. When Manuel finally turned to look, this is what happened.
Yeah, she sent something though. Like, it's crazy because, like, oh no, I'm just babysitting my niece and nephew. My nephew's right here. Then it's her, and then she keeps pointing at something. The fuck? What is that? Yeah, man. And then she grabbed this lantern right here. And I'm like, what the fuck?
The noise went on for over 30 minutes, so Manuel decided to confront whatever it was.
You gotta get out of here, man. You gotta leave, man. Honestly. You're not welcomed here. Leave. Whoever you are, leave. You're scaring my niece. Look, she keeps pointing at you. Get the f out of here, man.
But did confronting it make things better? Not even close. His niece kept pointing toward the same dark hallway, clearly terrified, and her eyes following something no one else could see.
Who are you pointing at? Who is he? How come you keep pointing? Where's he at? Is he over there?
Will you read it to us, please?
Who is he? My niece keeps pointing at someone right here in this little hallway. I'm not really sure who it is, but yeah, she's like pointing upwards. They must be tall or something. Look, she's pointing again, look.
Whatever or whoever was in that house wanted to make sure Manuel knew this was its territory, like it had chased away all the other babysitters. He sent the footage to his sister, who immediately forwarded it to the last babysitter, asking if she experienced anything similar. Turns out she had. And what she shared was even worse. More than once, she'd heard the sound of someone breathing right behind her while holding the baby. But the day she knew it was time to quit was the day she woke up in the middle of the night to see the baby's crib shaking violently, even though the baby was fast asleep in her arms. While Manuel's sister was putting the pieces together, the activity in the house continued.
Then this door is wide open over here, man. Or just, I don't know. She's like looking over there like there's someone over there. She's freaking me out. Look, she's pointing. See? There's someone over there. I'm freaking out.
A few hours later, his sister rushed home. She wasn't taking chances, not after what she'd heard from the last babysitter. They forwarded the clips to paranormal experts who confirmed this wasn't just a wandering spirit. Based on the strength and persistence of the activity, only a demon could cause such powerful disturbances. Just like what happened in the previous clip, Angel's baby has been seeing things for over 2 weeks now, and every time Angel looks in the same direction her baby is staring, there's nothing there. Angel first thought maybe it was just a phase until the TV would switch on by itself at midnight, playing static at full volume. Her baby monitor would start picking up whispers, but only when Angel left the room. Then one evening during dinner, her baby suddenly stopped eating, turned toward the corner of the room, and started pointing again. This time, Angel picked up her phone to record it.
What is it?
The child wouldn't stop pointing, like she was seeing someone standing there. With all these events stacked together, objects moving on their own, the whispering, the energy shift in the house, her daughter's consistent reactions, and the specific patterns it's followed, there's no doubt they're living with a ghost. The following video was captured by a man named Sam, who has been experiencing some seriously disturbing activity around his property. He'll suddenly see shadows moving across his hallway and footprints on the porch when no one is visited. One night, he heard loud banging and metallic clattering coming from his shed, so he grabbed his phone and went to check it out, and this is what he captured.
Something is banging around and making noise in one of our sheds. I'm not really sure what to expect. I'm gonna go check it out.
While filming, he suddenly felt a sharp presence, like someone was right behind him, and if you watch closely, you'll notice a figure already in front of his house. Sam ran as fast as he could and even tripped many times before reaching the door, and when he finally reached the door, he found it locked. The same door he had literally just opened. He struggled with the knob for over 30 minutes before it finally let him back in. The next morning, a locksmith checked the door and found nothing wrong, but the same thing keeps happening night after night. The banging in the shed, the icy brush of something moving past him, the shadowy figure approaching the door, and always the door refusing to open until it's too late. Sam sent the footage to a group of paranormal investigators, and according to them, someone may have died in that shed years ago. They're still digging into the property's history and working on a way to release whatever spirit is trapped there. This next clip was recorded by a woman named Saudra, who recently moved into her late mother's house after her passing. A few weeks after she settled in, the familiar smell of her mother's favorite perfume would suddenly fill the room. The kitchen light would flicker the same way it used to when her mom cooked late at night, and the bedroom door is always slightly opened each morning, no matter how firmly she shut it the night before. But the most persistent thing? The drawer in her mom's old room, which kept opening on its own. One morning, as Saudra was getting ready for work, she caught this on camera.
Keep happening in my house since my mom passed away. Like why? I looked underneath the drawer, I looked behind it, there's nothing making it pop out. It seems like it's when I bring up my mom that something happens. Mom? Okay, it's fucking weird.
She's had that drawer checked, but every single person she's called to repair it says the same thing. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Viewers quickly flooded the comments, suggesting maybe it was her mother trying to get her attention or pointing her towards something important hidden inside the drawer. So Saudra opened the drawer, and this is what she found.
Okay, let's do it. I don't know what could be in this drawer. I have my bathing suits and stuff. Halloween shorts that I need to put to my Halloween stuff. Lingerie. Brown case. My Magnificent Fizz. My bells are just like, I don't know, clear room or something, I don't know. A lot of bucks for my cruise. I went on a cruise last year and I have leftover ones. dog's bandana. Bra. What's this? That my daughter got me. So I do think that this is it, if it is anything, but I'm kind of feeling like this is. I found this note that I'm going to post on top of here from my mom. And then I listen to what this plays.
This clip left so many people emotional, and it's easy to see why. Saudra says she still misses her mother every single day, but now she's at peace that what she's been experiencing isn't haunting, but a quiet reminder from her mother's spirit. If you've ever lost someone close to your heart, you'll understand how the heart aches for just one more moment and one sign to know they're still around, watching over you. That longing is what keeps many going, and for Blair Bathory, a young mother who lost her daughter, that sign came in several ways. On more than one occasion, she'd wake up to find music playing from a jewelry box that hasn't worked since the funeral. But the moment that convinced her it had to be her daughter reaching out was the day she visited her daughter's graveside, and this happened.
I love you. Let me know that you're safe with Grandpa Lynn and Auntie Vanessa, Grandma Ernie. Let me know that you're safe with them, Bean. Spin it if you're safe. Spin it. Show me, baby. Please show me a sign. Show me, baby. Oh, thank you. I love you.
Skeptics may call it the wind or coincidence, but for Blair, with everything else she's seen and felt, this moment confirmed her daughter's spirit is still reaching out. This next clip was recorded by Mateo, who spent the weekend at his mother's house to spend some quality time with his family, especially after their grandfather died 2 years ago. According to his mom and younger siblings, things haven't been the same since he died, and strange things always start happening around the time of his death anniversary. That night they were preparing to have dinner when his mom suddenly felt a heavy presence, like someone else had entered the room. Mateo thought they were teasing him, until this happened.
Okay, so tell him, Mom.
Pues ahorita voy a ver porque mi papá creo que está aquí cuidándome, cuidando a mis hijos y creo que él sí me está escuchando.
Okay, do it.
Pa, si me estás escuchando y estás aquí con nosotros, abre la puerta.
Explain, the door's closed.
La puerta estaba cerrada.
Okay, close it again so we can do it one more time.
Y voy a...
I'm gonna try it one more time, guys. Go, Mom.
Okay, pa.
And we're gonna show you guys that we're not lying. Push on it, Brianna. Hard. My mom.
Why are you recording me?
What makes this so disturbing is that the doorknob didn't even turn, and with the timing, it's hard not to think a spirit is trying to make its presence known. But not everyone agrees it's the grandfather's spirit. They're convinced it's a darker entity, possibly even demonic. They claim that spirits that grow stronger around anniversaries, especially when accompanied by sudden cold drafts or door manipulations, are rarely peaceful and mostly demonic. Tiffany has always been the type to talk about ghost stories, and friends even joke that she's a walking encyclopedia for all things paranormal. But despite her fascination, she had never experienced anything personally, until one day she was cleaning her house totally alone when this happened.
Alright, I'm kind of freaking out a little bit. I am cleaning. Ignore this, my band-aid wouldn't stay on, so I taped it. But in the middle of cleaning, I hear like a door shut, and I'm whispering because I'm kind of weirded out. Louie's in the living room by himself, but I hear this door slam, and then I swear I thought I heard like me say like hello or hey or something. So I'm trying to wait and see if it does it again because I'm a nervous laugher, so. Did you hear that? My heart is blowing through my chest.
If you listen closely, you'll hear someone say hello, but what makes it truly unsettling is that it sounds like her, and you know what they say about hearing your own voice. Many experts claim it's linked to what they call a mimic spirit, an entity that impersonates the living in order to frighten or establish control. In some cases, it's seen as a sign the spirit is trying to attach itself to the person it's mimicking, and for someone who knows as much as Tiffany does, she's not taking chances, so she's making arrangements to have her entire house cleansed. Marissa had always noticed something strange about her daughter's behavior, like the little girl quietly having a full-blown conversation with absolutely no one around, or sometimes yelling like she was trying to prove a point. It became unbearable when her daughter would wake up in the middle of the night, pointing at corners of the room, whispering, "She's back." At this point, Marissa decided to install cameras in the kitchen, living room, and bedroom, and this is what one of the cameras captured. If you watch closely, you'll see that the little girl isn't just grabbing her toys, she's using so much force as if she's yanking them from someone else. And when a child interacts with a spirit, especially one that fights over objects, it's a clear sign of a territorial presence, possibly a spirit child, or worse, something pretending to be one. And the fact that her daughter is the only one who sees it, that's even more terrifying. Marissa has sent the footage to a ghost hunter, and the case is under review. Let's hope she and her daughter get the help they need before the spirit decides it wants more than just the toys. The following clip is about Sapphire, a woman who has carved out an eerie niche for herself, collecting and sharing stories about haunted dolls. Her channel is filled with unsettling encounters, chilling legends, and strange energies that seem to surround these dolls the moment they arrive in her home. Most of the dolls come from online marketplaces like eBay, where she either adopts or purchases items believed to be spiritually active. And if you're wondering, yes, she talks to them. One afternoon, she sat down for a session with one of the newest additions to her collection, and this is what she captured on camera.
Christy, can you show me you're here right now? Good job. Can you touch your favorite tool? Definitely the REM pod. Can you turn that off? Can you turn it back on? Good job.
Can you hold it down in your favorite color, honey? It's black, but you said green. And green, black and green. Wow, that's going really fast. The sweep rate. Were you in the army? You can use these words in this app to communicate anything you want to me. Are you able to piece them together to tell me how you passed away? Ammo? Did somebody SHOOT you? Yeah. Are you 28? Christy, how can I help you? Is there anything you want to tell me right now?
The spirit's answers were emotional, specific, and disturbingly real. Now, here's the thing about haunted dolls. Paranormal experts believe that spirits, especially those that died young or under traumatic circumstances, can latch onto objects, and dolls, with their human-like features and emotional symbolism, become the perfect vessels. Some spirits stay passive, and others, not so much. Experts warn that once a spirit attaches to a doll, it can become a conduit, allowing supernatural energy to pass between worlds. And in more extreme cases, these spirits don't just remain in the doll, they begin to hunt the space around them. The following video was captured by Sammy's mom on a weekend, hours after she had just finished decorating the house for the little family get-together they were hosting. Sammy wasn't back from a few errands she was sent when her mom called her on the phone saying some strange things were happening in the house. Sammy told her to record whatever it was, and this is what she sent.
Okay, I look over and I see this. Now it's slowing down. There's nobody around playing with the chords. And it's still moving. Ever so slightly.
The hallway lights were moving in a slow, deliberate rhythm, and there were no open windows, no vents, and nothing else in the room was moving. It was as if something had chosen the lights to make itself known, and this kind of isolated movement, especially electrical fixtures, can indicate the presence of an energy trying to manifest itself. By the next morning, Sammy was alone in the house, and it was her turn to experience what had now become a terrifying pattern.
So I'm here by myself, and I'm hearing like weird noises. That noise that you just heard is my dog down there. But I'm hearing like whispering and like things moving around about in that direction. I don't know. My dog's ears are up because I think he can hear it too. Okay, I have no clue what that was. Is that you making that noise? No? Okay. What? I have no clue what is going on.
It started with a soft voice, distant but steady. Then it sounded like someone was humming and whispering. The truth is, hearing voices is disturbing on its own, but when the family dog reacts and starts staring into corners with ears perked and tail down, it's never a good sign, and usually means one thing: something's really there. A few days later, it escalated.
So I decided to visit my best friend after work today, and I got here before they did, and there's literally, I walked in here and like something started knocking on the back door back there. You can hear it. Stop! Now, okay, so you might think it might be the neighbor or something, or like a dog or something at the door, but look. We're on the 2nd floor. And there's like literally nobody. There's like nobody here. And I'm by myself.
Their first experience was with light, then voices, and now knocks. In many cases, these knocks aren't just noises, but intentional communications, a way of letting you know you're not alone. At this point, people Sammy had shared the videos with urged her to sage the home, because spirits like this tend to feed off fear and attention, and the more you acknowledge them, the stronger they get, and they were right. A few nights later, she heard a sound like someone crying inside the small storage room, but when she got closer, it stopped, and she caught this on camera. After this strange activity, a new theory began to surface. A lot of people started voicing their opinions saying maybe it wasn't just the house, but the spirit was attached to Sammy herself. She wasn't ready to believe it, but after visiting a friend's home to get a break from the chaos, something unsettling happened there too.
So, I just recorded a video in my bathroom about the situation that happened the other day about the shower curtain. And little disclaimer here before I show you that. This is the only light switch for this bathroom. Like, there's no light switch out here on the wall or over there. There's no other light switch. This is the only one for this bathroom. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay. Hey guys, back in the bathroom again. So as you saw in the video the other day, something happened with the shower curtain. So we're gonna have a look at it and see if there's anything in the shower. It's a fine day. So we looked in here last time and there wasn't.
This was a completely different location, and at this point, Sammy wasn't only thinking about cleansing her house, because if the spirit is really attached to her, she needs to find a solution to that as well. This was certainly a case of attachment haunting, when a spirit forms a connection to a person rather than a place. Most times, it starts with environmental activity, but when the person leaves and the entity follows, it becomes something much more serious. Before leaving her friend's place, Sammy sent her footage to a ghost hunter for a full review, and he confirmed that those comments might be more than just speculation. We can only hope she gets the help she needs before the spirit makes its next move. This next clip is about a single mother named Sydney who lived with her young son in a house that is over 100 years old. From the moment they moved in, Sydney sensed something wasn't quite right, and this wasn't just creaky floors or flickering lights. There were nights when she'd walk into her son's room and find dirt and soot scattered in perfect circles on the floor. Once, she even discovered a pair of muddy handprints on the ceiling above his bed. Handprints too small for an adult, but with 6 fingers. But the most unsettling thing was that, at least twice, she walked into her son's room and found every single toy positioned upright, all facing the same direction toward the hallway, as if waiting for something. After a few days, the activity stopped and things felt normal again, so Sydney went back to taking night shifts while her sister came over to babysit. One night, her sister and her son were curled up on the couch watching SpongeBob when this happened.
SpongeBob night.
SpongeBob's awesome.
Liam, come here. Liam, right now. What is happening? Okay, I'm calling your mom. Just stay right here.
The empty rocking chair suddenly began to swing back and forth like someone was sitting there, enjoying the show. And you know the saying, you should never leave a rocking chair empty, because doing so is an invitation spirits rarely turn down. Sydney's sister contacted her immediately, and she told her sister to grab her son and head straight to a friend's house nearby. There was no way she was letting them spend the night alone in that place. The next day was a Friday, so Sydney decided to stay with her son, and this time she set up a camera in the living room. This is what she caught. In old houses that are already layered with so much time and energy, spirits don't just exist, they compete, so throwing things could be a warning, a tantrum, a demand for space, or worse, a sign they're becoming stronger. After reviewing the footage, Sydney contacted a professional ghost hunter who arrived the next day, and what he sensed wasn't just a single entity, not even two. There were 7 distinct spirits in that house, some restless, some angry, and some, he said, didn't even know they were dead. Cleansing a house with that much activity won't be easy. In fact, experts say that in older buildings, spirits often resist being forced out. Some return, some retaliate, and some never leave at all. We wish her luck. The following clip is about Emma, a simple lady who had been disturbed for weeks with strange noises, shadows where there shouldn't be, and a lingering sense that something was always just behind her. Coincidentally, it all seemed to start after her sister moved out of the house, leaving something behind, a Ouija board. Ever since then, Emma's home has felt off, like someone else or something else moved in. Now she's asking for help. Not just to stop the haunting, but to understand what exactly she's living with, because what she's been experiencing so far, it's not normal. One of the most chilling things Emma talks about is the mimicking activity. She says she hears her daughter calling out to her, sometimes from the bathroom, sometimes from the stairs, but when she checks, her daughter isn't even home. This is a paranormal activity often linked to malevolent entities. You see, spirits capable of copying voices often do it to draw people in, break their guard, or cause confusion and fear. One day, Emma was able to capture this on camera.
You guys, I'm freaking out. Okay, my son is gone. He's not home. He's at a party. Yeah, I know I look like shit. I don't care. I just got woken up. There's been a mimic here for a couple weeks. When my daughter's not here, I hear her say my name and she's not there. I ignore it because I know it's a mimic. I have seen it on here. My daughter's home, but my son's not home. My son is the only one that lives upstairs. The only one upstairs. All night since he's been gone, I keep hearing, like, the door close. Like, it'll just shut. But... Sorry. So, anyway. So, my son's not home, but I keep hearing the door shut. But there's nobody up there. There's nobody up there. I'm going to see if I could try to... And let me take you guys... I'll take you guys up there and show you there's nobody up there. But let's see if we can catch it. I'm so scared. Normally I don't get scared, but hearing the door close like a freaking human is up there, and I already went up there once and I checked, Nobody or nothing was up there. So I went up there and I checked all the rooms and in the attic, and there's nobody up there. But I keep hearing his bedroom door close, or like somebody's walking up there, but he's not here. I don't know what my dog's barking at. But I hope we catch it on camera because this is freaking creeping me out. The stairs right now. Did you hear that? It sounds like somebody's walking up there. Bro, my eyes are watering. This is scaring me. Hold on. Oh my god, as soon as I stopped it, I heard it. I know you guys heard that. I hope I caught that. Did you hear it? Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm scared. Okay, I'm gonna turn. Look, nobody's up here. Oh my god. Look at his door is closed. Oh my god. Nope, 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 nope. I gotta tell my daughter, boo boo. Oh my god. There's water in my eyes. Oh my god. Why does it sound like, and I recorded it. It sounds like somebody's in your brother's room. And I went up there to show that the door was closed. Tell me why his door opened when I went up there. I swear. I ran down here by myself. I'm recording it. Come up there with me to show them nobody's here. Oh my god. That made my eyes water, you guys. I showed it on camera. My son is not home. I'm not going to stop the recording just so I can show you guys.
That's scary.
I know, I ran down here. I ran down here so fast. Okay. Oh my god, that scared me. And it sounds like somebody's walking around up there, and I got it on recording. Yes, hold on. Look at his door's moving. Okay, we're gonna go up there and I'm gonna show you guys nobody is in his room. He is not here. Turn your flashlight on. Oh my god. Hurry up and come up here so you can point it to show nobody's in the room. Look. Look. Nobody's in here. Nobody.
Look, even Pixie.
You guys literally, you seen that in real time with me. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm freaking out. Oh no. I told you guys. And there's been that mimic. And my daughter has heard it when I'm not here. It says my name, or it says her name in my voice when I'm not here. And it says my name in her voice when I'm not here. And, or when she's not here. And now that's happening. Look at my dog. Well, fuck no, fuck no. Fuck, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm not coming under the side of the house no more. Oh my god.
In the paranormal world, doors don't just shut for no reason because spirits are believed to manipulate energy, using it to isolate or intimidate. This was especially terrifying for Emma because there were no windows open, no fans, no one else in the room, and the footsteps only made things worse. Emma also noticed her dog was always staring at the attic door every single night, so she took a phone and went there.
Okay, I gotta show you guys this too. So that video of, I'm telling you my house is haunted. Look, up here, there's the attic. I hear noises up there in my room, and so does my dog. Look, there's my dog. Okay, hold on. He's been doing this crazy thing lately. Look. Like he hears something up there. Come on, you guys. Like, there's nothing in my attic. I've shown you guys this in videos in the past, but he's going crazy. Like, look, he even broke my TV recently because he fell onto it. but it's like he's hearing stuff in the attic, and he's like whining at it and barking, and he's jumping up at my light to get to whatever's in the freaking attic. He broke this piece off, so this piece was part of that. And because he's been hearing whatever he's been hearing the past like week or two in the attic, he's going crazy and jumping up at it. He ended up pulling this down, but that's what he keeps doing. I'm so glad I caught it on camera. I'm so glad. Like this, like I just got home. I've been at my daughter's the past couple days because of it. But like, look at him. He's going crazy over whatever he is hearing up there. Okay, I'm gonna take you up there and show you. There's nothing and nobody in there. So why is my dog freaking out? All of this stuff happening is freaking me out. Hold on. All right, so let me show you guys. So this is the stairs, right? It leads down the stairs. Okay, that is our spare room. That's our attic. This is my son's room that was happening in when he wasn't in there. But now that he's home, it's happening in the attic. I'm not gonna stop it, but I'm gonna show you guys. Watch. That's how we keep the attic closed. Scared. All right. I have the chills. I don't know if you can see, but I have the chills so bad. I hate coming up here. This is my attic. Okay. Over there, that is my bedroom. That long heater thing, that's the heater that divides my bedroom and the dining room. That's where my dog is hearing something. And when he hears it, he's jumping up and going crazy, and it sounds like footprints, just like what was in my son's room the other day. It sounds like there's someone up here like walking around, because you can hear like, see on the board. And then my dog will hear it, and my dog will go crazy. As you can see, it just happened, and my dog was just going crazy. I'm closing that. I do not like being in here ever since this has been happening. So, as I said, and then that's the spare room. The other day, that door opened, and this door is not easy to open. Like, it has a lock and everything. And the only thing in here is our dragon's tank and a bed. The paint is messed up, I know. My niece lived in here. She started repainting it, and then they moved out, and now that's what it looks like. But so that's all that's up here, and all these doors are always closed. I told my son, I showed him the video of what was going on in his room the other night, and he even said that his door sometimes would just open out of nowhere, and he was wondering why. And he has been hearing things too, which I never knew because he never said anything to me until recently. So we're all hearing this at the house. I need to cleanse this house up, because I cannot be here much longer with this. Neither can my kids. Like, we're getting so scared of being here.
Now it's one thing to hear things, it's another thing when your kids start hearing the same voice calling them from different corners of the house. It got worse when her son showed her marks on his back with no idea how those marks got there. She also continued dealing with doors closing upstairs when no one's up there and an overwhelming feeling of being watched. Even when she's alone, at this point, Emma didn't feel safe anymore. Not for her, not for her kids, not even for her dog. She reached out to their family priest, and thankfully, she now has a date set for a full spiritual cleansing. Based on the voice mimicry, the door movement, the scary marks, and the dog's constant reaction to a specific spot in the house, I strongly suspect this is more than just a spirit, it's a demon. The following video was captured by Callie Payne after weeks of experiencing unexplainable events in her apartment. One night, she heard scratching, like fingernails dragging across the walls from inside. Another day, it's the sound of someone pacing on her balcony, even when it's empty. But on this particular morning, shortly after finishing breakfast, she caught this on camera.
Oh my god.
Now, this wasn't the first time her front door had opened and slammed itself shut. In fact, after the first incident, she called an artisan to inspect the hinges, the alignment, even the air vents. Nothing was wrong, and there was no logical reason for the way that door moved. With everything else that's been happening, like footsteps, cold drafts in sealed rooms, flickering hallway lights that seem to respond to movement, there's only one explanation that makes sense. There's a spirit in that apartment. She's planning to sage the entire place, and we can only hope it's enough to send the spirit back to where it came from.